We are seeing record strength coming in for the silver price. So within the last 24 hours and breaking right now, we are seeing another nice bullish ascent come in for silver. So we have climbed from about $105 a couple of days ago, maybe 24, 48 hours. And we are now sitting at around 113 US dollars on the paper price. We are seeing record all-time highs come in for gold. We're going to be talking about where the price of silver and gold can go in the future, the most important news that you need to have on the radar, including something big and beautiful apparently coming to the Middle East. We're going to be talking about that. So Trump has some big news. What could be the impact for that? What could be the impact for gold and silver? Plus some other extremely important news. Let's talk about it right now. So silver price looking extremely strong. So we're sitting at about $113. Remember yesterday I told you I wasn't panicking as this price dropped down to about, down to these levels. So it got down to about $105 a little bit before on Monday, the 26th of January. It actually dropped down to $101. And I said, that looks like an opportunity for me to add some more for the long term. And that's exactly what I did. And we're now sitting in a very strong position. So we are looking to potentially challenge another all-time high, and you can see us build up in terms of price action. But I also want you to understand that this is just the short-term movement. So I only have a couple of day chart on the screen, but you have to also consider, if you're looking to hold silver and gold, this is a long-term multi-year potential horizon you need to look at, if not even decades and things like that, like literally decades. You can consider this. And we'll talk about more of that later in the video, but this is looking very strong, right? So short term, it's looking explosive. Now, gold is racing off to record all-time highs as well. So we have a look right here. You're witnessing history in the making. So if we actually zoom out right here, gold continuing to rally up and up and up. So we have crossed 5,100. It's $5,188. And, this is the bit where you can start to expand your mind. So expand your horizon, shrink this down, have a look at these big term numbers like $10,000, $15,000 for gold, because things are starting to break in the economy that I will tell you about. But things such as trust, things such as money printing, things such as geopolitical fires, these are all starting to really melt down in 2026. And is this a sign? You have to also think about it in terms of health of countries, health of nations. Is the world actually getting financially sick? Right? Because when money comes into gold and silver, it's telling you that there is a serious lack of trust in what the government is doing. There's a serious lack in trust in what the politicians are doing. And people are not sure, right? People are seriously not sure. So you're seeing this go to record all-time highs. And this is important. So the US dollar index officially falls to the lowest level since 2022. Own assets or be left behind. And you have to understand that we are seeing record highs in the S&P 500. We're seeing record highs in gold and silver. And people are just, seeing that holding dollars can also be a scam. So, the politicians, they inflate it away. They tax it away. So when you hold assets like gold and silver, other types of assets, the inflation has to find a home. And it finds a home in terms of, valuable long-term assets. That's where it goes. So we are seeing nice records coming in. The other thing to understand is the whole world. This is not just isolated to the US. This is not just isolated to, EU. This is the whole world piling into gold and silver right now. So you can actually see record inflows for global gold ETFs. You have 88.6 billion inflows in 2025. North America leading the way, followed by Asia and then Europe. So the whole world is piling into gold. And, this is just a signal of what's happening. Now, very important to understand, in the USA right now, Trump has described something big and beautiful coming to the Middle East. So let's play this clip and then I'll give you my take on it.
And by the way, there's another beautiful armada floating beautifully toward Iran right now. So we'll see. I hope they make a deal. I hope they make a deal. They should have made a deal the first time they'd have a country.
So there you go. Trump is sending a big, beautiful armada to Iran, and he wants to see a deal out of this. And if there is no deal, you can potentially, predict what happens next, and that might just be fireballs. hellscape opening up over Iran potentially. So that is something to understand. And again, gold and silver, it's going to play a good role right here. So as this, as this volatility comes through, gold and silver is going to shine bright right here. And that's probably one of the biggest things to have on the radar this week. So if we have some predictions flowing through for Polymarket right here based on some numbers, US/Israel strikes Iran by, so it is starting to creep up as the future progresses. So if a deal is not getting made, you're roughly looking at a 50% by February. But I would think, potentially it could come earlier as well, just depending on, what Trump wants to do. So, Trump does have an appetite for action. And if he does pull the trigger, there's going to be something happening with Iran. And you can see there's literally a 73% chance that Israel or US actually attack Iran by the end of this year. And again, it's going to play perfectly into the gold and silver prices right here. So we have a look at some, levels to watch out for silver. I think on the horizon, we might potentially see another record all-time high come in. Again, these factors that we're talking about in these videos, they're not getting resolved, guys. So they're not getting resolved. So trust in the government is plummeting. Inflation is going up, money printing is going up, geopolitical risk is going up. So all of the macro factors that I think would drive silver and gold, guys, they are not getting better. They're just getting, they're accelerating over time. So this is why I really am quite attracted, and I've got quite strong conviction in gold and silver. And until those factors reverse, until we see rosy days again within countries and we're seeing like white picket fences and people are really just happy like they used to be, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but that's when, I think gold and silver could start to chill out a bit more. But until that happens, I think you're going to see some pretty explosive moves coming to gold and silver. And but as always, do your own research, not financial advice. But that is the macro storm that is really brewing underneath this market right now. And you are seeing, look, platinum, is this a record all-time high? So creeping up, not a total record all-time high, but that is looking, pretty strong. It looks like it's going to make another rally right here. So you're encountering some previous levels of resistance right here for platinum. So if it breaks through there, potentially you might get a shot at another all-time high. So look, all these precious metals doing particularly well, right? It is all kind of flying off the charts right now, looking very, very exciting. And that's a major update. If you enjoyed it, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate you watching this. Economic Zeus signing out.